Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and today, well, you may see the name Panthera on the as the constructor of this puzzle, and you may expect it to be Japanese sums, but it's not, because that's not the only thing Panthera does. She also, well, she does a variety of puzzles, of course, but this one is a XV Binairo, and I have done a Binairo puzzle before and forgotten what it was about. It was a long time ago. I don't know if I even did it on the channel. I seem to remember some small grids that did Binairo. I don't know. Anyway, we'll be looking at that today because Panthera's always good value, good friend of the channel, and she is a very welcome visitor. You are a very welcome visitor to Patreon, where you could try Rift Clown's interactions, or you could have a look at the crossword solves, or you could do all sorts of things that we put up every month, and you could have a look at them. It is great value for $2 or $3 a month. We earnestly recommend it. As well as all of our apps, which are fantastic. We are already updated on line Sudoku for last month. There's loads of brilliant puzzles in that. There are, I mean, literally, there's 100 great handwritten puzzles in each one of those apps. If you don't know where to go for brilliant puzzles, that is a great source. And we are working on more. That's all I can say at the moment. It's a pleasure to be doing that. Now, what else have we got going on? We've got all sorts of streaming and books and stuff from time to time, but we've also got Sven's SUDOKU PAD and our merchandise in the links under the video. But the first link is to this video. To this puzzle, not this video. And I'm going to go through the rules now. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. We're going to put 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Now, Binairo rules apply to this puzzle, and they require that you cannot have 3 even digits in a row or 3 even digits in a column. And you cannot have 3 odd digits adjacent in a row or 3 odd digits adjacent in a column. Now that is quite a constraining parity pattern as far as I remember. But we will see how it works out in practice. It's clearly important. There is a further rule that each even or odd pattern must be different in the 9 rows of the puzzle, and each even odd pattern must be different in the 9 columns of the puzzle. There is a thermo, which has the smaller number in the bulb, and there are also X's and V's. Digits separated by an X add up to 10, those by a V add up to 5. Give it a try on the link under the video. It looks absolutely fascinating to me. I am going to start it now, so let's get cracking. Well, we're going to have to start with the parities, because there's no... I mean, we could start mentioning that the digits on the V are low digits, but I don't think that really helps. I think what is good to notice in this puzzle is that you have to have the same parity on an X. If you consider any 2 digits that add up to an even number, they have to have the same parity to do that. And any 2 digits that add up to an odd number have to have different parity. So... yeah, okay, so I think this pattern is interesting in this Binairo puzzle because, yeah, look at this, okay. These two have the same parity. I don't know whether that's odd or even. I'm going to call it purple parity. Now, that being the case, we mustn't have 3 in a row in purple in column 3. So these two both have to be the other parity. We're going to call it green. Yeah, the contrast looks all right to me there. So those are the other parity. Now on the X, that is also green. And now look at these two. They can't be green or you'd have 3 in a row, and they have to be the same as each other. So they're purple. And now you can kind of shut off or lock in this purple 2 by 2. It can't extend to there as purple because that would be 3 in a row. Same there, there, and there. So all of these are green. Now we can take that further because we mustn't have 3 green in a row. So we can kind of put in the corners of the square. Those are all purple. This one's on a V. And we learnt at the beginning that purple, different parities have to appear on a green to make it add up, on a V to make it add up to an odd number. So we've got to start. Now, yes, this is the same pattern because of this X. It's a little sort of Stonehenge jobby. You've got one dolman there and another one there and one across the top there. Now, the yellow and blue, yes, you're quite right, they have to be the same. So for now, let's call them yellow and grey. But we get exactly the same. Sorry, I should have probably started this with, if yellow is there, that cell has to be grey to stop a three in a row yellow. Then that's grey, then these can't be grey or there'd be 3 in a row grey, so they're yellow. Then all of these have to be purple, not purple, definitely not purple, actually not purple. They're grey, and then this one has to stop grey from making a 3 by 3. So purple is not grey, purple is yellow, and green is grey, and we can convert. And there we go. That has extended this. We can stick in the corners of that square. Now, I was looking very longingly at this little 2 by 2 here and going, oh, I can do the same thing again. And I absolutely blimmin' can't. Because there's no lintel across the top. And therefore these can be different colours. And I have to be very careful about that. Now, I've got a lovely pattern going in the grid. What can I extend it to? And I'm not actually sure if there is a quick answer to this. Also, I have no idea which is odd and which is even, or how I'm ever going to find out. I imagine the thermo is going to come into it. I don't know, I might be wrong. Oh, I want to make these two purple, but actually I'm not sure. They could be different colours and that wouldn't break the pattern. This box has 4 green in it. Now if green is even, then I know that those 2 are purple. But if green is odd, one of them could be green. Oh, that may be how I'm going to determine the parity in the end. Yes, okay. There's one of each parity here. And that means both in the row and the box, I'm going to have had 3 of each parity. These, therefore, will be 2 odd and an even. These 3 will be 2 odd and an even. In this row, at least one of those 2 is purple. Oh my goodness, I'm not really getting this at all. Gosh. That's quite interesting. If they were the same, they would have to be hemmed in by 4 of the other colour. And that would be the odd, literally the odd digit left over in the box. The sort of 5th of one of the parities, which therefore has to be odd. Now, I'm not really getting how this extends. Oh, we've got this double X pattern down here. I hadn't even noticed that. I don't think the thermo helps with that yet. I'm leaving the thermo. I know some of you expected me, being me, to pencil mark this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and that with all the digits from 2 to 9, but even I'm not that crazed and manic. Oh, what is obvious to do here? I'm not sure. I'm not seeing it. Those 2 are the same. Ah, great. No, not well. I'm going to say that these 2 are odd, actually. That must be right. That's really weird. I didn't expect to be making a transition to odd and even yet. But if those 2 were even, it doesn't matter whether even is purple or green. If those 2 were even, we'd have used up all the evens in this 3 by 2 area. If those 2 were even, they have to be the same because they're on an X. If they were even, we'd have used up all the evens, and those three would all become odd, and that breaks the Binairo rule. Therefore, these two are odd. Now, that makes these two even to stop them, to stop a third odd connecting. Now, is that going to get me anywhere else, or is it not? Or can I do the same here? Yes, I can do the same here. There is a degree of symmetry to Panthera's operation here. Those are odd for exactly the same reason. Ah, those are even. Now, does that get me onto the V? I don't think it does. Now, whatever these are, they're the same, and they're surrounded by opposites. So that's a little 2 of one and 2 of the other. With the V there, that's 3 of one and 3 of the other. Ah, and this even cell is the 4th even. That's right. So these two others in the row are odd. Oh, this is mental. I don't get it at all. It still hasn't solved which colour of green and purple is which. Right, here in this row, let's do the same trick. We've got even there, 2 of each there. We're up to 3 even. The 4th one is on the V because that needs an even and an odd. So those two are odd. How? Oh, in this box, that's odd. No, that doesn't sort out what purple and green are or what that is. Oh, this is doing my head in now. I thought I was making really, really neat progress, and now I've got... Well, I don't know. I mean, I suppose I've got some progress between odd and even. Right, this is a pair. Ah, no, look, of course. Okay, I'm going to a 5th and 6th colour. Let's call those yellow, because they're the same. They're on an X. These ones must be red to stop the yellow extending to 3. Now, these can't be red, or there'd be 3 reds. So they're yellow, and that's red to stop yellow extending to 3. Now, if yellow was even, we've got a problem because we've got 5 evens in the row. So yellow is odd. This is brilliant. I did not expect this to unfold in this way at all. So those ones are even. Those reds become even. Now I have got 4 odds in this box. Oh, I've got 4 evens in this box either way around. That's odd. And I could have done that just by counting the row. And I didn't. Oh, goodness. Okay, so here, well, no, I don't know. This could be the other. This could be even with odds there. And it could be odds with evens there. And those would be even, that would be odd, and it all works fine and hunky-dory. I can't translate between the colours. It's so strange, this puzzle. Okay, in this row, oh no, I can see another way of proving that's odd. Ah, in this row, now we said this, no, we used it to get that they were both odd. It didn't tell us which of these were which. Come on, there must be one little transition move between the two colours. Somewhere there's orange next to double green or something. I can't see it. Maybe there isn't. Oh, these two are double. No, they're not double anything. They're 1 blue and 1 orange. Ah, which makes this odd, doesn't it? Because 1 blue and 1 orange there, and a blue here, that's 2 blues, and either purple or green is blue, that's 4 blues, so this is orange. Now in this column, we've got 2 orange in a row, so this is even. And then there's 1 of each down here. Now, that's even. So obviously these can't both be double even. They also can't both be double odd, because they would have to be a little 2 by 2 hemmed in by evens, and that would be 5 evens in the box. And if they were both even, that would be 5 evens in the box as well. So these are different. I've got to go yellow and red again. See what happens with that. Yellow blocking in the red blocking in the yellow. These two are a domino, 1 of each. No, that's not necessarily true. In fact, they're not a domino, because whether red is even or odd, we've used up all the evens in this box, whether red or yellow is even. So those two are odd. They need to be hemmed in by even there. How is this not solved yet? Maybe it's not meant to be solved at this phase or stage of the puzzle. Now, even there, one of each there being red and yellow, two of each here. That's all the evens done. So that's odd and that's even. And it's not going to help us determine the colours, I don't think, but it does at least fill a few more actual even cells in the grid. Now, can I not do the same trick here? Oh look, down this column, we mustn't have three odds. We've got three odds left and they mustn't be in a row either there or there. So they've got to be broken up by an even in one of those two cells, and these two are odd, therefore. Right, and now in the central row, no, we've got, yes, in the central row, this is it. Finally, I'm into the greens and purples. Green cannot be odd because there would then be 6 of them. So green is even, green becomes blue, purple becomes orange. Here we go. I've just got reds and yellows to do, and this 3 possibility sorts that out. Yellow is not orange, it is blue and even. Red is therefore orange and odd. I can finish these off now because I've got 5 odds in that column, 4 evens in this one. That's a pair. They can't be orange or we'd have 3 in a row. The Binairo constraint is absolutely weird to me. This is the 4th even in its box. This is, we've now got 4 evens in the column. We've got 4 evens in this column already, so orange, blue, orange, and we're finally going to finish the colouring. Orange there, and orange here as well. Yes, that's okay. Okay, so there is the coloured parity-shaped grid. Now, what the heck is going on with the numbers? I've been worried about this for a while. Okay, now we can put in on the V's, the orange digits are 1 or 3, and the blue digits are 2 or 4. Oops. And R. These, oh, X can never have a 5 on it. So look, in column 1 we can slap in the 5. Anywhere else? One of those two is a 5 in box 7. One of those two is a 5 in box 1. One of those two is a 5 in box 2, so that sorts out box 1 for us. We get a 5 there. Now one of those two is a 5 by Sudoku. One of those 3, not very helpful. One of those 3. So in this row, the 5 is in one of those two, and we've got a 5 up there. So 5 is placed there. Symmetrically opposite those 5s, we have that one. I bet there's a 5 in the middle of this puzzle. I'm not going to actually risk that yet. Okay, 5's not that helpful. So we'll go back to the V's, I think. Remember, every X can be either, if it's blue, it could be 2, 8 or 4, 6. If it's orange, it could be 1, 9 or 3, 7. However, this digit sees a 1, 3 pair, so that's 7 or 9 going with 1 or 3. This must be 7 or 9 in the box. Sometimes it's easier, when you get an odd even puzzle, it's quite easy to work on one set because you're only juggling 4 or 5 digits instead of the normal 9. Now, that's interesting. Okay, I don't know whether that is 7 or 9, but one of them goes on this X along with one of 1 or 3. The other of 1 or 3 is going in these cells along with 5, and that's now a triple, and this is a 7, 9 pair. So that's 1 or 3. These are from 5, 7, 9. There's not a negative constraint on X's, so I can't use that. I'm a bit stuck. Right, no, that is a 1 from 1-3 and 1 from 7-9. That couldn't be a 9 because of the thermo. The thermo is going to sort us out at some point, but I don't know if it's now. Feel free to jump ahead if you've worked it out. No, I'm interested in the fact that these two are different. Because that 1-3 is different. Each of them has a partner on the V. Oh, first of all, okay, I think that's interesting. I might even just flash them with a yellow and a red to mark that they're different. Now, yes, okay, that tells me that this cell can be neither yellow or red 2-4. So it's a 6 or an 8. That's a 2 or a 4. That's a 6 or an 8. And we've got a 2-4 pair in this column. Oh, and I can flash this red. So now I can flash this yellow. And we've got a 6-8 pair in the rest of the column. This is 2 or 4. That's one of each, and I don't know which flash it gets. It may have petered out. I thought it was an exciting way of going about it, but it didn't look like it really yielded much. One of these is Mr. Red Flash. Ah, this must be the yellow flash, just by Sudoku on yellow. Weird. Okay, so that's the 2 or 4 digit. That's the 6 or 8 digit. This is now a corner I'm going to. That's a 2 or 4 digit with a red flash. That's a 6 or 8 digit. I may end up having to colour everything. Those are both 6 or 8 digits. That's got one of each, so this is a 2-4. I know the colour of this one because it's opposite yellow, so that's red. So look, this cell sees red and yellow. That has to be a 6 or 8. Doesn't look like it helps, but it was very interesting. Believe me. 6 or 8 there in that row. See, now it would be useful to know if the 6-8s were different and if they were looking at that cell, but that may be going a bit beyond my brief at the moment. I think maybe it's time to flash the 1-3s as well. Now, rather than have the grid be a horrible riot of total multicolourage, I'm going to flash the 1-3s with their V partners. So 2-4 goes with, say that was a 2, it always goes with a 3. So I'm going to make that red as well. And that can't be this one, so that's yellow. In fact, we can just do this across the V's to start with, and then see what that gives us in red odd digits. We get that this is red in box 1. This is yellow in column 3. Oh, that's going to give us differences between the 7-9s as well. Oh no, look at those yellow 1-3s in rows 7, 8, 9. That makes this a 1 or 3, and now we're in, because that's on a thermo and it's on the tip and it's not a 1. So yellow 1-3 is a 3. We've got all sorts going on now. We're going to get loads of digits. Yellow 2-4 is a 2 on the V. Red 2-4 is a 4. Red 1-3 is a 1, and that's all the ones I've coloured. But I can also do a 7 on an X there. They don't have a 1 in now. Let's get rid of the corner marking. That's a 9 by maths. That's a 6 by arithmetic as well. So that's an 8. That's a 6 going with a 4. That's a 4 by Sudoku now. It might be time to just get rid of the colours, because I think they've done their job actually. I think I should be into the Sudoku of this well enough to carry on. So I'm risking taking out my colours, because I don't think that's going to help us. So there we go. The colours are or that the flashing is gone. He says as he accidentally flashes a cell. 6 there, 8 there. This pair is a 1-9 pair. This is a 2-8 pair. That's a 6. Maybe I should concentrate on the even digits and try and finish those up. As I said, trying to divide up into evens and odds makes a quicker solve very often in an odd-even puzzle. In fact, I'll go further. It's a very cleverly constructed puzzle that doesn't let you do that. And very hard to construct such a puzzle. This is 4 and 8. I mean, these are literally just falling out. Everything I've done is what a mathematician would call trivial, since that's why I'm not really commenting on it as I do it. It is just filling in the even digits based on the other even digits in the grid. And they are all done now. So, what do you bet? Will the odd digits be as easy or harder? I don't think it's an obvious answer. That doesn't have a 3 in it, so it's a 1-9 pair. I know the order given the 1 in row 6. So then I've got 5 and 7 to put in the column, and they were, again, mathematically trivial. Not always easy to spot, but once you do see what's going on, pretty straightforward. Okay, where's 7 in this box? That's a slightly more difficult question. It can't be there by Sudoku, and it can't be there because it would be with a 3, and we've had a 3 in the column. So 7 goes there, 3 there. 9 finishes the column. Oh, I could have put this 1 on the thermo bulb a long time ago. Doll. That's a 7. That's a 9. That's a 1. These aren't 9s, so they're... Oh, get rid of the marking. So they're a 5-7 pair. 5, 7 and 9 here. Don't know. Up here, that is a 3-7 pair that can't be resolved yet. This is a 1-9 pair. That's on an X, so this is also 1 or 9, and that one I do know. So now that's 3, 9, 1. This is a 5-7 pair that can be filled in. That is a 9. I was betting this central cell was going to be a 5, and it turns out I am right. This is a 3. Is the full odd even shape entirely rotationally symmetrical? It is. I mean, that's not a surprise. I think it must be very hard to construct a Binairo Sudoku grid. I've never tried doing it, I can assure you. I mean, I'd basically forgotten what the rules of Binairo were, but there we go. That seems to be the solution, and that's a lovely puzzle from Panthera. Excellent stuff, as always, from the genius that is Dr. Amy. Excellent. Thank you for watching. I really enjoyed that. That was a very odd little excursion into a world of parity, but not a world of pain. Thank you for watching. I really hope to see you again tomorrow, and I wish you goodbye for now.